Practical steps for curriculum development in primary science education. Curriculum development in science education for primary school teachers involves designing and organizing a structured set of educational materials and learning experiences to support young students' understanding of scientific concepts, principles, and processes. The goal is to provide them with a comprehensive and balanced science education that nurtures critical thinking, scientific inquiry, and an appreciation for the natural world. Here are some key considerations and elements involved in curriculum development for primary school science subjects. Standards and frameworks. The development of science curriculum is often guided by national or local standards and frameworks that outline the desired learning outcomes for students at each grade level. These standards serve as a foundation for curriculum developers and help ensure that students are exposed to essential scientific content. Scope and sequence. Curriculum developers determine the scope and sequence of topics to be covered in the primary school science curriculum. They decide which scientific concepts, theories, and skills should be introduced at each grade level, considering the progression of complexity and prerequisites for learning. Here are some examples of how curriculum developers might determine the scope and sequence of topics in a primary school science curriculum. In this example, the curriculum developers have designed a progression of topics that gradually increases in complexity and builds upon prior knowledge. Each grade level focuses on specific scientific themes, ensuring a broad understanding of different aspects of science. Prerequisites for learning are considered, meaning that foundational concepts are introduced before moving on to more advanced topics. This scope and sequence provide a logical and systematic approach to the development of students' scientific knowledge and skills throughout their primary school years. Clear and measurable learning objectives are established to specify what primary school students should know and be able to do after completing the curriculum. These objectives address both content knowledge and scientific skills appropriate for their age and level of development. Clear and measurable learning objectives are established to specify what primary school students should know and be able to do after completing the curriculum. These objectives address both content knowledge and scientific skills appropriate for their age and level of development. Here are some examples of clear and measurable learning objectives for primary school science curriculum, addressing both content knowledge and scientific skills. These learning objectives are designed to be developmentally appropriate for primary school students. They focus on building foundational knowledge of the natural world and developing basic scientific skills, such as observation, experimentation, data recording, and communication. By clearly defining these objectives, curriculum developers provide primary school science teachers with guidance on what should be taught and help students understand the expected outcomes of their learning experiences. Content selection. Curriculum developers select appropriate content to address the learning objectives and align with the chosen standards. This includes age-appropriate topics from various scientific areas, such as life science, physical science, earth science, and environmental science. Here are some examples of content selection for a primary school science curriculum, incorporating topics from different scientific areas. In this example, curriculum developers have selected content that aligns with the learning objectives and standards of primary school science education. The chosen topics cover key concepts and principles from life science, physical science, earth science, and environmental science appropriate for primary school students. By incorporating content from different scientific areas, curriculum developers aim to provide a well-rounded and engaging science education for primary school students. Curriculum developers consider different pedagogical approaches and teaching strategies to engage primary school students in active learning. They may incorporate hands-on activities, inquiry-based explorations, group discussions, project-based learning, and the use of age-appropriate technology and multimedia resources. Here are some examples of pedagogical approaches and teaching strategies that curriculum developers may consider for primary school science education. These pedagogical approaches aim to create engaging and interactive learning experiences for primary school students, fostering their curiosity, critical thinking skills, and active participation in science learning. By incorporating a variety of strategies, curriculum developers support the development of a strong foundation in scientific inquiry and provide opportunities for students to explore and make sense of the world around them. Assessment and evaluation. A well-designed primary school science curriculum includes methods to assess students' understanding and progress. Curriculum developers create age-appropriate assessments that measure students' knowledge, skills, and scientific thinking abilities. These assessments help identify areas of growth, guide instructional decisions, and provide feedback to students. Here are some examples of assessments that curriculum developers can use to measure students' understanding and skills in primary school science. By using a variety of age-appropriate assessment methods, curriculum developers can gain insights into students' understanding, monitor their progress, and provide targeted feedback and support. These assessments inform instructional decisions, identify areas of improvement, and encourage students' ongoing development as active participants in their science learning. Primary school science curriculum can also incorporate cross-cutting concepts that help students develop a foundational understanding of science. These concepts, such as patterns, cause and effect, systems and models, and energy and matter, support students' exploration and integration of scientific knowledge. Here are examples of how cross-cutting concepts can be integrated into a primary school science curriculum. By incorporating cross-cutting concepts into the curriculum, primary school students develop a foundation for understanding the interconnectedness of scientific concepts. These concepts help students recognize patterns, analyze cause and effect relationships, understand systems and models, and explore the concepts of energy and matter. They provide a framework for students to make connections between different scientific domains, promoting a holistic understanding of the natural world. Authentic applications for primary school science teachers. Primary school science curriculum can be enriched by connecting science concepts to real-world applications and societal issues. By incorporating authentic applications, students can see the relevance of science in their daily lives, develop critical thinking skills, and understand the impact of science on society. Here are examples of authentic applications that can be incorporated into a primary school science curriculum. By incorporating authentic applications, primary school science teachers can help students make meaningful connections between science concepts and their daily lives. These examples provide opportunities for students to engage in real-world problem-solving, develop critical thinking skills, and cultivate a sense of responsibility toward the environment and society. Promoting equity and inclusion is crucial in the development of a primary school science curriculum. It involves creating an inclusive learning environment that celebrates diversity, incorporates culturally relevant content, and supports the needs of all students, regardless of their backgrounds or abilities. Here are examples of how primary school science teachers can promote equity and inclusion in their curriculum. By incorporating equity and inclusion principles into the primary school science curriculum, teachers can create a positive and inclusive learning environment that values and respects the diverse identities and experiences of all students. These examples aim to foster a sense of belonging, promote equal opportunities for learning, and inspire students from all backgrounds to explore and engage with science. Continuous improvement for primary school science teachers. The development and implementation of a primary school science curriculum require continuous improvement to ensure its effectiveness and relevance. Primary school science teachers, along with administrators and other stakeholders, can engage in ongoing reflection, gather feedback, and make necessary adjustments to enhance the curriculum. Here are examples of how primary school science teachers can incorporate continuous improvement into their curriculum. By embracing a continuous improvement mindset, primary school science teachers can enhance their instructional practices, address student needs, and ensure that the curriculum remains engaging, relevant, and effective. It allows teachers to adapt their approach based on ongoing feedback, student performance data, and the evolving educational landscape. It's important to note that curriculum development and improvement practices may vary across educational systems, schools, and jurisdictions. Teachers should consider local requirements, educational philosophies, and available resources when applying these principles to their primary school science curriculum. You can access the comprehensive PDF document associated with this presentation through the Learning Management System.